Hi everyone, welcome to our lesson on what is an inequality. If you would like to pause the video to read the do now and give it a try, now would be the time to do so. Alright, let's go over the do now. The Roslyn Middle School auditorium can hold at most 200 people. If there are already 45 people in the auditorium, and then we have a few questions that we're going to answer here. So let's keep in mind, the auditorium can hold at most 200 people. Can 75 more people fit in the auditorium? Well, if there are already 45 people in the auditorium, and we add 75 more, that means there's going to be a total of 120 people in the auditorium, which is under that capacity of 200, so yes. B, can 100 more people fit in the auditorium? Once again, if we start with 45 people, and add 100, that's going to be a total of 145 people in the auditorium, which is also under that capacity of 200. Yes. Lastly, can 175 more people fit in the auditorium? 45 people at the beginning, plus that 175, that's going to give us a total of 220 people. That's more than the capacity of 200, so no, 175 more people cannot fit in the auditorium. Lastly, if we let x represent the number of people that still fit in the auditorium, can we write a mathematical sentence to show all the possible values for x? The hint here is we cannot use an equal sign because there are many answers. So, once again, for letting x represent the number of people that still fit in the auditorium, we can figure out the most amount of people that can possibly fit in this auditorium, considering it has a maximum capacity of 200. So, the maximum capacity of 200 minus the 45 people that are already in the auditorium, this means at most 155 more people can fit in the auditorium. So if we want to set up a mathematical sentence to show all the possible values for x, x has to be less than or equal to 155. Because if 155 people want to come into the auditorium, that would be an even maximum capacity of 200. And any amount less than 155 would also fit in the auditorium. All right. Let's investigate. What math symbol can we write on each of the blanks to make the statement true? We'll start with number 1. 3 and 4. Well, we know that 3 is less than 4, so we're going to use the less than symbol, which looks like this, to show us that 3 is less than 4. Number 2. 8 and 2. We know that 8 is bigger than 2, so we're going to use the greater than symbol to show us that 8 is greater than 2. Number 3. If I can get over to it. There we go. 0.25 and 1/4. Well, we're first going to want to convert 1/4 to a decimal in order to easily compare these two decimals. We know that 1/4 is a famous fraction, and it's equivalent to 0.25. And we know that 0.25 is equal to 0.25, so we're going to use the equal sign to show us that 0.25 equals 1/4. Let's move on to our notes. So we're going to write down each of the 4 symbols, their meaning, and some of the other phrases that we use to describe those symbols. We'll start out with the less than symbol, which looks like this. The meaning of this symbol is less than. Now the reason why I'm using the word is in the meaning is because, I'll give you an example. If I wanted to compare the numbers 1 and 2 in a mathematical sentence, I would say that 1 is less than 2. That's just why we're going to use the word is in the meaning. Some of the other phrases that we use surrounding the less than symbol are under, smaller, and fewer. Next symbol. We have the greater than symbol, which looks like this. It means is greater than. And some of the other phrases used are, and bear with my handwriting, I'm trying my best on my iPad. Over, larger, bigger, or more than. Next, we have two symbols that we haven't used yet. We have less than or equal to, and it means just that. Is less than or equal to. And some other phrases used with this symbol, and these are really important. At most, no more than, or maximum. Lastly, we have the greater than or equal to symbol. Is greater than or equal to. And some of the other phrases with this symbol are, let's see if I can get to this box. There we go. At least, no less than, and minimum. All right, on to some practice. Let's try these together. We're going to write an inequality for the given sentence or situation. Number 4, 6 is greater than 5. So we are going to write down our numbers and inequality symbols in the order that they are presented to us in the question. So 6 is greater than 5. Number 5, 2 is not equal to 1. 2 is not equal to 1. Now, we haven't talked about this symbol yet today. What I just wrote down was that 2 is equal to 1. And if you want to represent that something is not equal to another thing, you just put a slash through that equal sign to show us that 2 is not equal to 1. Number 6, a number x is less than or equal to 0. So we have a number x, we're going to use the variable x, is less than or equal to 0. Number 7, the amount of time needed to walk home, W, is a minimum of 15 minutes. So this is where it's going to come in handy for us to reference those other phrases used in the chart on the previous page. So the amount of time needed to walk home, W, and the symbol that we're going to use to represent minimum is greater than or equal to 15 minutes. And if you're not sure which symbol to use, just take another second to actually think about the situation. So this question is saying that it's taking a minimum of 15 minutes to walk home, which means at the very least, it's taking you 15 minutes to get home. So at the very least, so it could take more minutes. It could take 16 minutes. It could take 20 minutes. 16, 20, all of those values are greater than 15, which is why we use the greater than or equal to symbol. Number 8. The speed limit in the school zone S cannot be more than 20 miles per hour. So the speed limit in the school zone S cannot be more than 20 miles per hour. So that's the most that you can be going. No faster than that. So you have to be going less than or equal to 20 miles per hour. If you'd like to pause the video to go ahead and try the Now You Try section, please do so now and then resume when you would like the answers. All right, the answers to the Now You Try questions. Number 9, 8 is greater than or equal to a number m. 8 is greater than or equal to a number m. Number 10, 13 is less than a number n. 13 is less than a number n. Number 11, a number y is greater than 1. A number y is greater than 1. Number 12, to ride the Green Lantern at Six Flags Great Adventure, you must be at least 54 inches tall. Is that a real ride? I don't do roller coasters, so I'm not really sure. All right, so you must be at least 54 inches tall. So I'm going to choose to use the variable x. Now remember, you have to be at least 54 inches tall. So you can't be any shorter than 54 inches tall. So that means you have to be bigger than or greater than or equal to, because you can be 54 inches on the nose, 54 inches. Number 13, you must be less than 12 years old to play in the basketball league. So you have to be less than 12 years old. Can't be 12 years old, you have to be less than 12 years old. So I'm going to stick with the variable x. You must be less than 12 years old. Number 14, the heavyweight division is greater than 200 pounds. Let's stick with the variable x. It's greater than 200 pounds, not greater than or equal to, just greater than 200 pounds. Hope you did well with those. And let's summarize. An inequality is a mathematical sentence that compares expressions. It contains the symbols less than, greater than, less than or equal to, or greater than or equal to. Now keep in mind, if you have any questions about anything in this lesson, please feel free to message any of your teachers on Remind. We will be happy to get back to you, and we'll see you for the next lesson. Have a good day. Bye.